Today I want to talk a little bit about the difference between skills and strengths or innate abilities. And this is a topic that I talk about a lot. But as I often do, I'm going to use my deaf blue heeler, my cattle dog, Australian cattle dog, same breed, different names for the same breed, Bindi. You have seen Bindi before probably. She is deaf. She was born deaf. But interestingly enough, she has a natural herding instinct. So these are a couple of videos that I shot on the other side of a barbed wire fence of her simulating herding cows. Now, she's never been around cows before. Well, this is the closest that she's come, and there's always been a barbed wire fence. I would love to let her loose in a paddock with cows or sheep in it to see what she would actually do, but I can't find somebody around my neighborhood that's game enough to let me do that, nor do I want her to disappear, and because we've got big properties around us, I don't want her to disappear, never to be seen again. But I've just loved watching her. And we started noticing this when we were playing stick, when we were fetching with her stick or her ring. She exhibits these herding behaviors. These are part of what is in her DNA, literally in her DNA. These are part of her innate abilities. Innate abilities or strengths are formed between the ages of 3 and 15. These neural connections are hardwired as we have experiences that we feel good about, and then we look for other opportunities to do these experiences. So these are the innate abilities. Or they could be abilities that we're born with through our DNA, like Bindi and her herding instinct. However, there's a difference between what you are capable of doing and what you are capable of doing. There's a difference between strengths and skills. Bindi doesn't have the skills that are required to herd cattle or herd anything other than her stick because she's deaf. She has something that inhibits her from realizing her potential. And I see so many people like this. And I see so many managers really working their guts out to try and pull out the potential of their people. They see those innate abilities. But for one reason or another, these people with this great potential don't want to, either don't have the will or the skill to be able to live up to those expectations. And that creates a friction. Part of what I see around performance management is this mismatch between the potential of the person and what they're willing to do. Part of the angst that I see from managers is the fact that managers many times take this on themselves, or their manager points the finger at them and says, you're not able to get the best out of your people. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes it's that mismatch between what they're capable of doing and what they have the will and the skill to do. And that's a new component or an additional component that we have to consider when looking at performance management, when looking at hiring. We need to hire for those innate abilities clearly, but we also need to hire for the will and the skill. Love to know your thoughts. Put them in the comments below.